Badwater Ridge, and this is our update 5 series, just in case people are unsure, because there are a lot more viewers thanks to update 6, which is awesome. Not complaining at all. And so last time we did a fair bit of work over on site B, trying to rewild and re-green things, and I think there's definitely options for planting a bunch more trees. So we throw in a forester there, we can get some more of this greened up. I think it's looking really good. This area, I think I've planted as much from this side as I want to plant, so we're going to delete those. Going to unmark these for planting, because that way it gets rid of the kind of the planting marker, I guess it is. The black dirt under the trees. I think it looks nice and not having it there. Yeah. So let's get rid of those. We've got some lumberjacks in clearing out the dead trees, so let's maybe bring some more in. This will get better as we speed things up, but we do have some spare bots actually, so let's botter size some of these, and then we can place a few more slightly deeper in. So I am yet again on the road in a hotel, recording. If you're a follower of JC the Beard, I do not go as extreme as him. I do not have all of the pillows up against the wall. I just set my laptop up and get on with it. So if things sound different, they sound different. Yeah, that'll be why. The other thing that I want to try and do is get down into here. And I don't know, I think that might be better just to come across from site B, you know. And we could be as simple as building a bridge. The bridges are super expensive still, aren't they? Because we're still on update 5. But that would be a, if I put it there, it'd be a 1, like a 5 bridge. And science is not a problem, yeah. Bridges are super expensive still, but that's okay. We're not exactly resource limited. So I think if we came in here, brought these guys in, and I'm almost thinking that rather than trying to cut down all of these trees, we just get them to rip out the dead ones at this point. Yeah. I think that would be eminently sensible. So let's do that. Let's then bring a staircase up there. Let's not place path there. And then we'll bring a path in here. And I know this is oaks, and I know it's a lot of wood, but really, I don't think we need it. Maybe we do. Can we export? Are we exporting wood? We are. And maybe we do. Maybe we export it. And this district has 1,000 logs in it. I don't know. My gut feeling, and by the time you guys can comment, I will have done this. So do you know what? They're going. They are going. And then once all that's done, we're going to no, we can't have 4 spare bots in this district. No. Once they've done that, we're going to plant more trees over here. And I think it just makes sense to do the same over here now at this point. Let's just bring in the clearing crew. And then up here, we will randomly throw in some blueberries and the odd coffee bush. And then some trees. And the idea is, again, if you're new here and you've not gone back and watched all of the other videos that make up this series, I'm just throwing in trees randomly because the idea is that I want this to be a more natural forested area. So kind of like up here. And so the kind of the hope is that over time these trees will spread in the way that they do in the game, and it'll be much greener. So yeah, that's the theory. It's worked up here so far, so that's what we're going with. So that'll do for that. I think we're okay for water and stuff. They're doing the long old journey out here to clear these. We should probably start throwing in the foresters that we need. So we're going to put one there and one here. We'll get a bunch of trees planted over there. The other thing that occurred to me, and it may have occurred to you and you may have been thinking it and not telling me, we have a pending issue. A pending issue. So we've done a fair bit of work trying to green this area up. But what I have not accounted for is bad tide. So we have a water source here. And we have no protection for when bad tide arrives. So my thought, yes, I have thoughts occasionally, is that the other thing we were going to do, and by we I mean me, was I was going to make this a separate district. But there are a lot of bots needing charging again. Got plenty of power still, so they just need to find their way to a freaking charger. Let's build a whole load more chargers. Because the thing that happens is they tend to congregate down near the district centre, which is why we've got this little charging bay down here. But they'll hopefully sort themselves out. We've still got grease, so we don't need to turn that back on. Yeah, the plan was to make that a separate district, but we don't yet have an excess of bots. So I think what I'm going to do is delete those. And we'll build another bot assembler there. Let's high prioritize grabbing that scrap before they build that. See if that helps us out a bit. But until that point, I know I'm running the game on super slow at the moment. Let's kick it up a gear. So it's relatively full, but not completely full. So let's unpause those. But yeah, what I'm thinking is at the same time as building ladders up there, we'll come around back here, sneak around the back, and what we're going to do is we'll come along here. We'll do this actually a relatively easy way, I think. We'll do dams there. We'll terraform those in. So we'll have dams there. We'll then come around the back. And hey, we've got the start of something there. So let's go explosives there and there. We want a stream gauge there. And then we're going to need to place an awful lot of explosives back here. So basically, I want to come about here. You can actually only cut one deep anyway. So there. I then want to do double there, triple there. Will that capture it? Probably not. Probably not. So we might want to make our way up here. Yes, I know the pathing is horrendous. This is just for building stuff. I hate to think how far away this is from the main colony. But it's bots doing the building, so they should be okay. They might actually build some of this from above. There we go. And then what we're going to do is that they'll be able to get from there. I don't know about that. I can get that from there. Yep, that from there. And then that we're going to put with triple explosive. So basically trying to drop all of it down to try and capture the bad water. That's my theory. That's my theory. And yeah, I'm hoping then that that will be much better. Yeah, I agree. So we're now going to just delete those dead trees. But not all. Screw it, I'm just going to leave it. You don't need to delete tree stumps. Most of you guys probably know that, but I'm just going to leave them marked to delete those. There's I'm not worried about. And I think we'll maybe start putting in some foresters to start to plant this area up. Because that's kind of what we need to do to make it nice. We won't plant too close to this because this is going to get a bit toxic. But we will put in a forester here. Yeah. This is staying hydrated really well, which is cool. We've got loads of bots that need charging again. I'm going to... just going to build all the way along here. With chargers. Because that way, and there's charging down here as well. There's just loads of it, and they seem to be ignoring it for some reason. I don't know. Back over here, how are we looking? So, all of the trees that I asked him, the bot, it's not a him. I don't know if bots have gender in this game. Anyway, let's extend that path. Let's let's unmark all of these trees for cutting, because we don't want anyone, there's no lumberjack anyway, but I don't want any of them to be cut down. We will unmark them for planting because they look better, not marked for planting. And unusually for me, this has been about making this map look nicer. So that's that done. This is going to take a fair bit of time to actually do the greening up process, and we may not actually see the full result of that unless I run time on a fair bit later on. Yeah. But they're doing okay. It'll take them some time to clear this lot out, but they'll get there. I am not concerned. It's not something that's a thing that needs rushing. So, right. You, and you can be deleted. You probably need someone to come and clear out stuff, and you need some work to do. So, plant trees. Let's throw in, how far down here can you go? They can go a reasonable way, actually. So, let's sprinkle some trees around. Okay, cool. So let's throw in some bushes. These really help with it looking more natural, I think. Having some of the coffee bushes and stuff growing. The water we've got there is too deep for any mangroves or anything, so I'm not going to have any of those doing their thing, but you can go out as far as we need to, pretty much. So you can already see, I think, no, those are birches that we planted. Ignore me. Ignore me. Some of you probably do anyway, don't you? Yes, I know. Although that would make watching the video kind of weird if you ignored me. Why are you watching my videos and ignoring me, you strange person? Right. Let's unmark the areas for cutting that have already been cleared. Not that we will have any lumberjacks for them to do cutting, but, you know. Seems sensible to me. I wonder if we could grow mangroves in there. I'm not sure if they can be grown in a depth, even at this point in the game. I think they might be a max depth of 1 jobby. So probably not. So let's not try and grow mangroves in there. But what we could do is throw in a forester over here now, as they get that cleared out, and we can also delete a bunch of path. So, in fact, let's delete the staircase first and see if they'll recover the rubble. So I am maybe not going to do as much as I planned to do, because ideally I would have liked to have greened up a lot of this stuff as well. But I'm trying to wrap this series up today so that we can focus on update 6. Still loads of bots that need charging. I think it's because I'm making them go an awfully long way. So, yeah. Anyway, just get stuff done, bots, eh? Just get stuff done. So let's get some stuff going on over here, shall we? So again, kind of random mix of bushes and trees. Just to make the area a bit more nice. Undoing all of the things that the horrible humans did. because that's been the goal of this series. We could, I think, maybe throw some mangroves in there and in here. So mangroves, just throw some blocks in and we'll let them spread naturally. Let's put a bot in there. Or maybe put a bigger patch of some berries and bushes. And some trees. Something like that. That's all going on nicely, which is cool. Down here, we'll try and do, let's just do a, because there were dead pines in here. Let's do a more of a pine heavy stand of trees. And then with the odd birch and coffee bush. So just something a little bit different, a little bit of variety in the planting. They've not got to building that one yet, which is fine. These dead oaks we could leave because they're going to have the bad water flowing past them. So maybe that's kind of, you know, kind of works. Let's prioritize building those bits of explosive, please. So you're in, so let's throw in some, go maybe more oak trees down here with the odd pine tree mixed in on the edges and the odd birch tree on the edge as well. Yeah. I think that's going to work. I think that is going to work. So that's that. So we can detonate that. We can detonate you. And that one, we need them to be able to get to those, so we won't detonate any more of those at the moment. We're actually going to, let's hit triple speed finally, shall we? We can just about support that on the old laptop. So let's detonate these. We want to build 3 single floodgates across there. Let's detonate those random pieces. So once they've built some more of these ladders, they'll be able to get to that piece. Feels to me like we should put some triple dynamite there as well. Knock those down, and then these are going to use simple triggers attached to there because we don't have sluice gates. So contamination was notched. Anyway, contamination 1%. Close above 2% open. That'll do that job. Let's prioritize those. And actually, maybe if they just build, let's cancel that. If they just build that one, they can get onto there and build those, so that doesn't need to be there. That'll work. Right, they've got those mangroves in. Excellent, so we can, they're still planting those. Cool, no problem. That's all going in. That's planting that, so that staircase is in, so we can throw in a few mangroves down here as well. There we go. 11 days of drought left. We've still got 57 bots that need charging, which is kind of weird because there's just loads of empty chargers sat about, and I wish they'd just go sit in a charger and charge their butts up. Because power-wise, we've got... Actually, we're slowly creeping up on actually finally using all of the power that this power wheel thing that we built right at the start is generating. And so we're almost maybe going to start using some of the gravity batteries that I built right at the start that have never moved. Anyway, back over here. I'm going to call you lot all done. So let's delete all of that. Let's unmark. Yeah, unmark all of the planting. There we go. We'll unmark all of the cutting. We will prioritize picking up the rubbish, and then we can delete some of the paths. That path can be deleted. That's not empty yet, so yep. They're clearing that. They are... That's too far from a district. Okay. We'll run a path across to you then. There we go. Hopefully now that works. I guess we need to do the same up here. So we'll extend a path in, and then we will do some planting, and we'll do... Can you tell I'm a little bit tired and... Yeah, that's a lot less random, isn't it? Hopefully this ends up looking somewhat random, but maybe slightly denser planted. Come on. Yeah. Well, that was a big hit of lag. I guess I need to go through and fill that with some other trees. I really do not like that. So clear planting. There we go. We'll go back to doing it the way we were doing it before. And letting the game just spread naturally. We can now delete all of the paths. Hopefully I can do that without deleting the planting. Yep, awesome. We do need to extend this path even more. There we go. And I'm guessing it. We need to extend this path even more as well. There we go. And then given we've already got a path there, let's do that and that. And then we will put a forester just there. Seems sensible to me. And then we can extend the planting through that area as well. And let's do that while we're here. And then we'll go back and look at the other site. Let's sprinkle a few on the edge as well, because that is staying somewhat hydrated. A few bushes. that all planted. Right, let's delete some path again. Go. I think that can go. That can go. Need to do some clearing up, beavers. There we go. I'm going to. I don't like that big solid block, so let's go in and unmark some of it. There we go. I think that'll look good once it's all grown in. And then back over here. There are 36 beavers that need charging. It's getting better. So I think all of that is planted. So let's delete you. Let's delete you. Let's delete you. Again, if you've not gone back and watched previous videos because you've just found the channel, because loads of people are finding my channel, which is awesome. Thank you if you have recently started watching. It's much appreciated. The reason that we are taking out the scrap metal is purely because I don't want it in the lake that we've made. You know, it's going to pollute our lovely beaver-made lake there. So we, yeah. As I said, we've got the beavers in, clearing out the, because again, it's the remains of the humans. Those horrible humans that destroyed the planet. The way they do. Right, so that's all in. So now we just need to throw in dynamite there so that that opens up, and that will be lower than the level of the dams there. So when a bad tide comes, this will open, bad water will fall out of the back. And we'll go through our waterfall-y, channel-y thing. Yeah. And that'll just stop it polluting all of this stuff that we're trying to hydrate. I guess the other thing that I need to do if I want to keep water in this is we do need to put a dam across here still. That did cause some issues, actually. So how are we going to do this? I could bring it out and across. And let's just go down here. Like that. That should be okay. And they should be able to get to all of that, I think. Yep. And then I guess we could come all the way down here. There are a lot of things I could do, but I think this is a good amount to achieve. Right, that's in. So that's our bad water diversion sorted for up here. That should do the job. That should do the job. So I think now we can delete these and recover these. And that's all nicely planted up, or it will, you know, look a lot better once there's water flowing and to being held in the right places. I know some of you wanted to see more of this developed into an area for, you know, a lot more well-being And I haven't done that this time, but update 6 is calling us. Update 6 is calling, I'm afraid. So, oh, that's finally dried out. It's lasted a lot longer than I thought, actually. We've lasted until day 7. So this was and I can't remember how long drought, but a proper hard mode length drought. So yeah, I think lasting to this point is pretty good. We'll leave the bridge there. It's not going to do any harm leaving that there. You're going to have to wait. You are done. You, sir, are done. So we can recover those. Yeah. So that's done. We're just waiting for to come back there. I really like how that looks. Such a transformation. That's just dried out as well. I'm going to. It's going to bug me if I don't do it. So let's come down here. Path. And we're going to drop down into the riverbed because it's just going to be water when it comes anyway. Oh, the performance is starting to struggle. This is starting to struggle. So yeah, once I finish this series, I am also in the process of wrapping up the mega build series. Not sure if I'm going to get that last video on that series finished this week or not. We'll see how the week goes. So I'm going to focus much more on update 5, obviously. I don't know if I'm just going to stick with the series on mountain range. Oh, we've dried out a lot down here. So, but we've only got 6 days to go. So I think, oh, they're going to be touch and go, actually. The old mangroves, they're going to be touch and go. So, yeah, they're touch and go as to whether they're going to make it. Wonder whether we need to... if they survive, they survive. If not, that was a dumb idea. I think everything else should be okay. Yeah, everything else should be okay. What was I thinking? We could plant mangroves along the edge there. Because that's never... Yeah, let's do that. That's never going to be deeper than 1. So... yeah, I'm probably going to focus on just that series maybe. I don't know whether I'll do an Update 6 Mega Build series or not. There is the new map that came with Update 6, which I'm really, really tempted to play. But we'll see. I'm not going to commit to anything else at the moment. I'm really bad at overcommitting myself with things. I have a history of doing that with the farm sim content, and I don't want to do that with TimberBorn content as well. So yeah, I think I'd rather make more videos on the one series and progress that more. So yeah, so let's go mangroves, and let's just throw in a bunch of them down here. Something like that. They'll then spread. I don't know if they'll plant them when there's not water there, even though they don't die. But the water's going to come back in a few days anyway. So, yeah. I think this is getting built. Yep. And that's not going to take very long at all to get done. So, I'm going to let this run on, and I'll come back when the drought is over. Or I'm not. I've realized that we could adjust this, and by adjust I mean we could replace this with at least a double floodgate, and keep this hydrated for longer. So I'm going to do that. It means we might waste a bit of water in this area, but I don't think that's a big problem with where we are at this point. So in fact, it's not a problem at all. So let's delete that. Let's drop a single dynamite there. We'll prioritize that. Yeah, we can just make use of some of this water that we're storing here to keep this that little bit fuller. And yeah, I think the plan is we'll try and keep it at a depth of just under 1. The sluice gates are so nice, but equally I do miss simple triggers in update 6. I do miss it so much. I really hope the creator of simple triggers is looking to bring it into update 6. And smart power and ladders. I haven't looked at the workshop today. And you know, like, new mods are being added pretty regularly, so it takes mod creators time to transfer them, so you just have to be a little bit patient. But yeah, let's go low threshold. So let's say if it's below 0.3 we open, and let's say if it's above 0.95 we close. There we go. And that's not going to let all of the water out because it can't go down far enough to let all of the water out. So it should keep these hydrated. And actually, most of the time, there will be water in here anyway. So that should be fine. It means our tree dude can get these planted. And we'll be back in a bit. And I'm back again before the end of the drought. We are still low on grease. So what we're going to do is delete this piece of path and put in some more grease factories. I don't think you can ever have enough grease factories once the colony gets this big. It's ridiculous. Weirdly, we suddenly seem to have loads of spare bots, and I don't understand that. We had this weird thing happen before where suddenly we had loads of spare bots, and we don't suddenly have a lot more bots, so I'm kind of confused as to why the game thinks we've got lots of spare bots. So yeah, but anywho, we've got most of the stuff built that I want to get built. So I'll leave the path to there. I was pondering putting in explosives in here to deepen a bunch of these channels because we could, but it feels like, you know, doing almost unnecessary work at that point. If I was going to keep playing for longer, I would, to try and keep some of these deeper, the bits that we can deepen, hydrated for longer. But yeah, at this point I am not going to. The mangroves are going to die, that's fine. I am not particularly bothered by that. Our fresh mangroves that we're going to plant will do better. Yep, the trees have all been planted down here, so that's good. This will just take time to become more wild now. So you can see this stuff took a good few cycles to grow in. You can see trees are naturally spreading through the area, and they're not limited by where I've planted. They're just limited by where they can grow. And that's the nice thing about doing it this way. Eventually they'll spread through all of the green area. So that's kind of why I've done it like that, because it's then not just where I plant trees grow. It's where trees can grow, trees will grow. Which I think is better. So here comes the water. And this one does most of the work because it fills up this lake and the rest of the map. These just do this set of streams, so. But that's good because they're going to save all of these trees from dying and our bushes if they make it quick enough. Again, I'm not worried if some of this stuff dies. It doesn't serve a purpose beyond, you know, looking good. So, yeah. We'll just watch this flow through the river system and refill it. I'm surprised. Oh, that is open. So only one of these floodgates opens to fill this lake, because that way most of the water goes into the main water system where we need it. Yeah. So down here, which has stayed hydrated the whole way through a pretty long drought. So I'm really pleased with that. We're down to only a few bots that need charging, which is good. We pumped most of the water out of this through the drought, so that's quite interesting. This pretty much ran out of water. The sump that we have in here is not big enough, but you know, that's okay. It is what it is. This will all start to refill. It amazes me how much water we pumped out of here. The water in here is normally up to about this kind of level. So yeah, we pumped a lot of water in that time, but here comes the fresh stuff. So that's okay. Everything is refilling and rehydrating. Our reservoir is refilling. This is refilling, and very soon the mangroves will be being planted. Obviously, this reservoir has to completely refill before this refills, and we don't have the coolness of the sluice gates to keep letting water through, but it's fine. It stays hydrated. The plants will keep growing, which is cool. And yeah, it's just, we've come so far from the colony wipe that we had in the second episode, and then struggling because early on this main river is polluted by bad water continuously. You have to do a lot of work to get fresh water, because all of these bad water sources through here are polluting your water source. Yeah, it's such a challenging map, but it was really good fun. It was a really good fun map. I've had a lot of fun playing this really good fun map. You know, it's been a real challenge. I think, you know, within the fact that I'm cutting things a little bit short, we've achieved the objective that I had of, and I think it's the objective of the map creator, which is to clean up the water supply and venture out from your starting colony to repopulate. We haven't really repopulated, but we've certainly reinvigorated the map and regreened the map, and I think we've done a pretty good job of making it look a whole lot cooler as my FPS really starts to tank. And you know, we're up to nearly 700 beavers with the beavers and the bots. We do get a little bit of flooding as things start to refill, but it's just kind of happens, and it'll evaporate and it'll be fine. Everything will refill and the trees will grow just fine. You should not be dropping so low, so let's raise you up a little bit. Why haven't you gone up? Oh, because I need to then adjust that. Because we could probably do with holding a little bit more water in there. It's all a bit of an experiment. Let's just leave it at 2. It's all quite new for me trying to do something like this. I'm much more of a, you know, build big sustainable colonies rather than, hey, let's make it all green and nice. I'm not sure why that's had such a negative impact. I guess there's some water refilling going on. Yeah, there we go. That should help. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, there's a little bit of flooding down here because there's flood relief for when too much water comes through here. And down here, our mangroves are planted now. Yep. Very cool. Oh, we have a bad tide approaching. I was about to end things. But we have 2 new bad tide defenses built. So I think it would be sensible to see how things react. We've got this one built and we have yet to test this system as well. So we will wait the 3 days to see how things work. And yeah, I will jump ahead to see how we get on with that. While I was waiting for the bad tide, I was just kind of looking around, and I think it just looks really nice. I love this area. Just like all of the trees, and it just looks, because it's not how I normally plant trees, and because normally I think most people just do like blocks of oaks or whatever. I think it just looks so much nicer. And I've tried to keep the kind of stuff minimal in the areas where we've got stuff that's not industry. We've just got this small bit. And yeah, I think it just looks kind of cool. We've got a power turbine up here, which I quite like. I think that's quite cool. Not sure how all the different power things are going to work in update 6, not really played with it too much yet. And then we've got our colony. It's weird, I've done this as a single 2 districts, which is kind of not what I would normally do. But this is like the heart of the map, where all the industry is and the beavers and stuff. And then the new site that we've developed, and I think this looks quite cool. And it's weird that the water's not really flowing this way. It's preferring to go this direction. I don't know why necessarily. I would have thought it would have gone both directions. And maybe we've got a bit of time, and we can get down here. It feels doing it with 0.7 days seems a little bit silly, but maybe we just throw in a levee there, just block that off a little bit. To just encourage the water that way. Be nice if I maybe hadn't done that. So close to the bad tide coming, but we've got an army of professional builder bots that should make that a pretty quick process to get done. But yeah, we just need someone to come actually build it. And while there's water still flowing, hopefully. Anyone? You. There we go. Yeah. So there is optimization we could do on here, but I'm not going to. I just want to watch our two Badwater diverts do their thing. I messed around with the camera between recording things. I've exited the game and come back in, but I'm not sure if it's gone back completely to normal. So, but hey, it works for doing this. So let's see if everything behaves as we expect. So that one's working. That one's working. Excellent. That's not working. That is working. Yes. So that's splashed a little bit in, but not much. Not so it's going to do any harm by the looks of it. And then over here, this is doing pretty much what I wanted. So that just means that this is staying as fresh water rather than the bad water pouring into here, which is what it used to do. So I think we're done on Badwater Ridge. I think we have done a pretty good job of conquering the Badwater. This was a last minute change, so I wouldn't normally cheese Badwater like this. For the previous system that we had brought it out and into here, and it flowed across the map and off. This is a very recent addition, just to do this last little bit. And the same here. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with what we've achieved on here, and pretty pleased with everything that we have done. So yeah, if you've watched this series all the way through and you've enjoyed it, think about clicking the like button. Let me know down below. And yeah, I think for now we're going to focus on the Update 6 series. So going to probably at least 4 videos a week on there so we can make a bit of progress. And I guess I'll see you there. Bye.